That's where we stopped last time, and I will start from here. But before I go into this discussion, okay, let me talk about the homework. If you go to the blackboard, you will find that there is two lines, which one of them is homework, and the other one is online homework. HW means homework. All right. Now, in this one, I put all the homeworks that I'm going to collect from you, from chapter 1 to chapter 13. It's already available, and you can go ahead, open it at any time, and solve the homework at any time. But what I don't want you to submit this, I want you after that to go to the online when I tell you. For example, I did not tell you till now, but today I will put chapter 1 as homework. Chapter 1 homework will be available for you online, and it will be there for 3 days. I will require that you must submit it to me by Sunday. Okay. Then,
Doctor,
yes.
What's the mark for the online homework? The percentage.
Well, I forgot now. I think it's 10% or whatever. I mean, 5%. Well, it's available. I will give you all the detail of the grading later on. But we'll start doing the homework ourselves. It's all the homework that I'm going to have for you is multiple choice homework, and it's available online. I want you to go and solve chapter 1 today or tomorrow and submit it before the end of Sunday, and it will be, then I will collect all the homeworks like this. Is this clear?
Yeah, Doctor, I still haven't added us to the common blackboard. I mean, there are still some students are not in the common blackboard. How can we solve them?
Are you sure you are not?
Yeah, I sent you email yesterday and before yesterday.
Because I called them and they said it's updated by the registrar. That's why.
Well, that's weird.
No problem. I will check that, inshallah, today one more time مع الregistrar, inshallah.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay. All right. The homework for chapter 1 is required for you by Sunday. All right. And if you don't have access through the online, make sure that you go to regular homework, chapter 1, and solve it on paper, and then be ready on Sunday. Tell me that I still don't have access, and then I will call the homework, the registrar office, so that they update the names. If then it's possible, then I will do it. Otherwise, I can take it from you. You can send it to me by email or whatever. No problem. Okay, but no, I hope it will be done through the homework. Anyway, as I said,
Doctor, it will be restricted with time or?
Just a second. Before you go to the online homework, go to the homework, take chapter 1 and do it today, inshallah. Solve the homework. It's 10 questions, all multiple choice. And then after you finish, then go to the online and do it and submit it. When you submit it, then this will be graded. What do you have question?
Doctor, it will be restricted with time, the homework, or?
No, it's open. And you can go more than one time to the homework. It's not restricted on time or on number of times you can enter.
Where can I find the regular homework, not the online?
Both of them are on the blackboard.
Both in the blackboard? Okay, thanks.
Okay. Regarding the quizzes, I don't know. I want to make the quizzes common to all of you. That's why I will think how we make this recitation 3 classes together. Maybe we'll discuss it through the WhatsApp, how to make the recitation class, because today there is no quiz. but next Thursday or the other time, there will be a quiz in each recitation almost. And that's why I want the 3 sections together so that I can give you one quiz in each recitation. Is this clear? So we will find a way to combine these 3 sections together, but we'll discuss this on the WhatsApp group. Okay, now I stopped here last time, so I'll continue the discussion from here. First, we have what's called molecules. When we know on the periodic table we have metals and non-metals. When we have metal with non-metal, when we have metal plus non-metal, we call these ionic compound. Ionic compound. Clear? Metals with non-metals. Metals with non-metals, they are ionic compound. When we have non-metal with non-metal, we call it molecule. Molecule. Or we call it molecular compound. This is called ionic compound, and the non-metal with non-metal, we call it molecular compound. Molecular compound. Is this clear? This molecule could be diatomic. If we say molecule, it is, when we say di, what does di means? 2. And atomic means 2 atoms. It could be diatomic, it could be triatomic, tetraatomic, and so on. Give me example of 2 atoms, like for example these gases, N2, O2, F2, all of these are gases. This is gas, this is gas, this is gas, and this is gas. But this one, Br2, it's a molecular compound consisting of 2 bromine, but it's a liquid. It's not gas, it's liquid. And this one consists of 2 iodine, and it's not gas or liquid, it's actually solid. But all of these are diatomic molecules. Diatomic molecules. Okay. When we have the same atom, so it's blue with blue, we call it homo. What's the meaning of homo? What's the meaning of homo?
متجانس.
Same.
Uniform.
Same or uniform. They are same. Okay. What's the meaning of hetero?
Different.
Different. So we have here, this is a molecular compound. This is homonuclear, and this one heteronuclear because it's more than one. And if you have many of them, we don't have to say, we can say di, tri, tetra. What's di means? 2, tri means 3, tetra 4, penta 5. But we can also say poly. What's poly means?
More than 2.
Many. Poly means many. More than 2, exactly. More than 2, but it could be many. Anything, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can call them polyatomic. So instead of di, we say, or tri, we say tri, tetra, penta, we call it polyatomic molecule. Okay. When we talk about chemical formula or molecular formula, usually when we say chemical formula, we mean general things. When we say chemical formula, means they are ionic compound. Usually we talk about ionic compound, and when we talk about, but chemical formula is general for ionic and non-ionic compound. But when we say molecular formula, usually we mean molecular compounds. When we say molecular formula, we mean molecular compounds. Okay, what does molecular means? Non-metal
Non-metallic.
with non-metal. Non-metal with non-metal. All right? But when we say chemical formula, we usually means ionic compound. But we can also rarely mean also molecular compounds. All right? Not always, but we can. Okay. Last thing I want to talk about here, the word allotropes. Allotropes. What's the meaning of allotropes? Allotropes, when you have a compound consisting of one atom. For example, what is this? What's this gas?
Oxygen.
Oxygen. Oxygen gas. What is this? O3, what is it?
Ozone.
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 Ozone. And of course, O2, that's what we breathe. O3, we can't breathe it, but if you breathe a lot of O3, it will kill you. It's not good for you. You have to take extremely, extremely small amount. That's why we tell you go outside in the maybe after Fajr prayer for a while to take very, very extremely small amount of ozone. It's good for your health. But these are two different compounds. This is oxygen gas. Oxygen gas, and this is called ozone. If you have a compound, two different compounds consisting of only one atom, but they are two different compounds, like this one and this one, we call them allotropes. Okay, another example, you know the diamond, the expensive jewelry, you know diamond, right? And graphite.
Yes.
Graphite is the pencil that you're writing with. This is the pencil. And the diamond اللي هو ايش اسمه diamond بالعربي
الماس.
الألماس yes الألماس diamond, and graphite is the pencil, the black thing in the pencil. Both of these compounds consist only from carbon. This is carbon and this is carbon. Okay, but if you want to buy 1 gram of diamond, how much is it? Extremely expensive. If you want to buy 100 gram or 1 kilogram of pen, what is it? 2 riyal or 3 riyals maximum. All right. So, but both of them are allotropes, even though two different compounds. One of them is diamond and the other one is pencil. And this is the different. All of them is consisting of one atom only, which is carbon. Okay, so let's define what's allotrope. One or two more distinct form for an element. So one element only, like this compound O2 and O3, but it is two different compounds. That's allotropes. Good. When we write the structure of compound, we can write it like this, H2O, or we can put 2 dots like this to mean a bond like this. So this is bond and this is bond. So if you write 2 dots above each other, or even 2 dots beside each other, or a line, that all has the same meaning, which is a bond. This is a bond, this is a bond, and this is a bond. and you can write it this way. You can write it no problem, but usually people write it H2O. That's the easiest way to write it. If you want to put the bonds, you can put the bonds, or this one is called stick and ball structure, and this one is called space filling structure. Space filling structure, and this is stick and ball structure. All of this structure is for water, but we write it in different ways. That's all. Good. When we write the structure of ethanol, that's the structure of ethanol. We can see here how many carbon atom we have here.
2.
1, 2. How many oxygen? 1.
1,
And how many hydrogen?
6.
6.
So you can write the structure C2H6O, or you can write it CC. What should I write here? Hydrogen, 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 and then hydrogen, hydrogen, OH. I can write it this way or this way. All of them is acceptable. Okay, when we have binary compound, what do you mean by binary compound? Binary compound means consists of only 2 different elements. 2 elements only, like HCl, SiC. We call this binary compound. Only 2 atoms, which is hydrogen and chlorine, silicon and carbon. How to name this compound? We give the same name like what we did before. The first one we put it as it is, hydrogen. The second one we change it to "ide" at the end. And that's why, what's the name of this, the other compound? What's this element? Silicon. We put it as silicon. And then this is carbon. We put it as carbide. Carbide. Clear? We change "ide" at the end. Okay? Very quickly, name this compound. Quickly.
Nitrogen oxide.
Hydrogen oxide.
Nitrogen oxide. Nitrogen oxide. Okay? Name this compound.
Hydrogen fluoride.
Hydrogen fluoride. Exactly. Yes. These are binary simple compounds. When we have binary simple compound consisting of more than 1, here we have 1 and 1, 1 and 1, and 1 and 1. But we can have also more than 1. Like, for example, NO, we can have NO, we can have NO2, we have N2O3, we have N2O4, we have N2O5. All of these compounds are existing, and all of them are going to call nitrogen oxide, nitrogen oxide, nitrogen oxide. What's the difference? We're going to use these numbers: mono for 1, di for 2, tri, tetra, penta, hexa, hepta, octa, nona, deca, to differentiate between the number. Mono, sometimes we use it, most of the time we don't put mono. If you don't say anything, this means it is mono. Like what we did here. What did we say? Hydrogen chloride. What do you mean? 1 and 1. We don't have to say mono hydrogen monochloride. Now let's name all of these compounds. What's the name of the first one? This is nitrogen oxide. What's the name of the second one? Nitrogen. Nitrogen, it's 1. Nitrogen, and then?
Dioxide.
Dioxide. The third one?
Nitrogen trioxide.
No,
Dinitrogen.
nitrogen. There is 2 here.
Dinitrogen.
Dinitrogen. What?
Trioxide.
Trioxide. Exactly.
Tri.
Name the rest. This one.
Dinitrogen
Yes.
tetraoxide.
Excellent. Dinitrogen tetraoxide. Always "ide" at the end. Good. Name this compound.
Dinitrogen pentaoxide.
Exactly. Name this compound.
Terraphosphide.
Te-
Phosphor. Terraphosphor.
Tetra.
Tetra.
Tetra means
Tetra.
four.
Pentoxide.
Phosphorus.
Decaoxide.
And then deca oxide. Exactly. All right. Good. Okay. Name this compound very quickly.
Doctor,
Yes.
can we say nitrogen 2 pentoxide or like that?
No. You have to say dinitrogen. Name this compound. Come on.
Carbon.
Carbon. You
Dia.
don't say mono. Carbon. Di. What? Sulfide. Carbon disulfide. I hope this is clear.
Doctor,
Yes.
why we don't say this like in H2O?
H2O, you mean water or what?
Yes.
Yeah, water is a special name. We'll talk about it in a while. But actually, you can say water is dihydrogen oxide. No problem. All right? You have to read these names very quickly. All of them. Carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, nitrogen dioxide, dinitrogen pentoxide. You have to know how to name these compounds. Good. Now, name these compounds. Quickly.
Dinitrogen tetraoxide.
This is the second one. Dinitrogen tetroxide. Yes, the first one.
Nitrogen
Triofluoride.
Exactly. You don't have to say mono. Nitrogen trifluoride and dinitrogen tetroxide. That's exactly right. Okay. Now, write the more formula for these compounds. First one, sulfur tetrafluoride. Write the formula.
S, capital S.
S.
Then what?
F, capital F4.
Exactly. Okay, next one. Tetraphosphorus decasulfide.
P4.
P4.
Or
S2.
S2.
is what?
10. S10.
10.
10, yes.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Okay. Somebody asked, how about water? What is water? Water is H2O. Can we say it is dihydrogen oxide?
I think it's okay.
Yes, absolutely right. But have you ever heard anybody saying, give me some dihydrogen oxide?
No.
No, it's not a common
Right.
thing.
Never, because water is much, much more famous. These are famous gases. They are known as their name. What's this compound? Everybody knows this compound. What's this compound? Ammonia. You know what's ammonia?
Yes.
Ammonia is a known compound. We use it in fertilizing يعني في الزراعة في agriculture وتنظيف. دائما إذا تحتاج تنظف زجاج السيارة يقول لك استخدم أمونيا أحسن من المية عشان تنظف السيارة تنظيف جميل، عشان تلمعها بعد الموية. نظفها من الموية بس بعدين حط أمونيا عشان تلمع زجاج السيارة أو المراية. All right? It is actually NH3, ammonia. It's known as ammonia for people. But what's the name, regular name for it? What are you going to call it?
Nitrogen.
Nitro.
Nitrogen.
Tri. Hydride.
What? Dry. What?
Hydrodide.
Hydride. Hydride. Ide at the end. If you want to call it nitrogen trihydride, but nobody will tell you nitrogen hydride. Everybody will tell you ammonia. These are known compounds also.
It's a common name.
Common name, market name, or marketing name. Silane for SiL4, you don't have to know these, not important. Phosphine, of course, everybody knows water. And this is one, hydrogen sulfide. You should know it because this is one of the gases that comes from oil. And if you go to any of, or if you go to Aramco people and start talking about hydrogen sulfide, everybody in Aramco knows hydrogen sulfide because it is the gas that comes with oil, and people don't like it because it's dangerous and it can kill you if you smell hydrogen sulfide, and that's why. But it is a very well-known gas. They call it hydrogen sulfide. If we want to call it in scientific way, what's the real name for it?
It's the same, but dihydrogen.
If we want to do it chemical, it's called dihydrogen sulfide, right? But nobody calls it dihydrogen sulfide in Aramco. They just simply call it hydrogen sulfide in Aramco especially, but everywhere in the world, I mean. Good? Okay, good. Now, if you have...
Doctor.
Yes.
Should we memorize this 6?
No. Memorize the 3. Memorize the 3, yes. The rest, keep them in your mind, but you don't have to memorize them. All right? But these 3, yes, you do. You have to know, because as I said, this is commercial name, and commercial name is important. Water, of course, I mean, water, nobody will discuss this. But H2S, I want you to, when I give you H2S, say hydrogen sulfide, not dihydrogen sulfide. That's easy. And this one is ammonia. Everybody knows ammonia. Good. Now, if we have binary compound like HCl, it's available as gas. But if you put it in water, it will become HCl aqueous. HCl aqueous. And actually, it will dissociate to give you H plus Cl minus aqueous. Okay. Now, we know what's the name of this compound when it's gas. We took it just a while ago. What's the name? Yes?
Hydrogen chloride.
Hydrogen chloride. We don't have to say mono or anything. We don't have to. Okay. When you put hydrogen chloride gas in water, it becomes aqueous. When it becomes aqueous, we change the name. We say hydrochloric acid. And why we call it acid? Because it gives H plus in water. Anything that gives H plus in water is called acid.
Doctor, what does mean AQ?
AQ, aqueous. Aqueous, AQ. And G means gas, of course.
So, Doctor, you're saying that HCl by itself is a gas, right?
Yes. Oh. I'll give you another example.
In ACl also?
What's the name of this compound?
Hydrogen bromide.
Hydrogen bromide. Hydrogen bromide. When you put it in water, it becomes HBr, aqueous. What's the name? Don't forget, hydrogen. We take hydro only without gen, and then bromide, we change ide into ic. So we say hydro what? Bromic acid. Clear? Quickly. What's this? What's this gas? Hydrogen. Hydrogen iodide. Hydrogen iodide. This is the gas. What's this?
Hydroiodic.
Hydroiodic acid. Here, iodide. Iodide. We change ide to ic. So we say hydroiodic acid. Iodic acid. Clear? Okay. Look at this table. Okay. What's the name of this one? If it's gas, hydrogen fluoride. What's the name of the acid? Hydrofluoric. We took the gin out and we changed the ide into ic acid. What's this? Hydrogen chloride. Hydrochloric acid. We took the gin and then ic, and it became one word. What's this? Hydrogen bromide. Hydrobromic acid. What's this? Hydrogen iodide. Hydroiodic acid. And then last one, hydrogen cyanide. This is from a special group that we took in the special groups. Hydrogen cyanide, we also take the gin out and change ide at the end into ic, hydrocyanic acid. I hope this is clear.
Doctor.
Yes.
So this becomes acid when we put them in water, or what?
Exactly.
Okay.
This is HCl gas by itself, only HCl by itself. When you put it here, it becomes HCl aqueous. And so, if I ask you to name this compound, HI aqueous, what's the name of this compound?
Hydroiodic.
Yes, you should say right away hydroiodic acid. You should not say hydrogen iodide at all. Okay, but if I tell you what is this compound, you should say hydrogen cyanide only. I hope this is clear. Now, if we have oxy acid, you remember that again. What's this compound? Oh, sorry. No, before we go into this, let's say, what's this compound? What's this group? We took this group. What's this?
Hydrogen sulfide.
No, this thing here. What's this group?
Sulfide.
Sulfide. You have to memorize the name and everything and the charge. It's called sulfite group. Sulfite group. When we put it in water, this water, it will also react with hydrogen and will have this one, which is, in this case, it will be acid. When it becomes acid, we call it oxy acid. Okay? And to name this acid, we take the same name, but instead of ite, always change ite into ic, and then say acid. So, sorry, os, not ic, os. Ite, you change it to os, O-U-S. So, if it's ite, you change it to os. If it's ic, 8, you change it to ic. Clear? So let's have example. this example, same example, SO3 2 minus and SO4 2 minus. What's the name of the first one? Sulfite. I'll write it here. Sulfite. Sulfite. Okay. But when you write it, the second one, this one is sulfate. When it becomes acid, H2SO3, then what's the name of this acid? Same name, what? Rus acid. Clear? What's the name of this one? It is what?
Sulfate.
Sulfuric acid. Clear? Okay, very quickly. Name these groups. NO2 minus, NO3 minus. You must memorize the groups. And name this acid. HNO2, HNO3. What's the name of this group?
It's right.
Nitrite. Nitrite. Exactly. What's the name of this group?
Nitrate.
Nitrate. This is 8 and this is 8. Right? So this is 8 and this is 8. So when we make it acid, what's the name of this acid?
Nitrous. Nitrous.
Nitrous acid. And what's this?
Nitric acid.
Nitric acid. Is this clear? I hope this is clear. Okay, good. Okay, if we have polyprotic acid like this, then we call it HCl, we call it monoprotic acid. Mono means one, protic means hydrogen, and it is acid. So HCl aqueous is monoprotic acid. How about H2SO4? We call it diprotic acid. What do you mean by di? 2 and protic, hydrogen. So this is called diprotic acid. Naturally, how about H3PO4? What's this now? Triprotic acid. Triprotic acid. Okay, good. Okay, what's the structure of sulfurous acid? Can you write the structure of sulfurous acid?
Doctor, can you go to the last slide? Why did we call diprotic?
Means 2. Di means 2. Protic, hydrogen.
Oh, but why in this case protic? Why didn't we say hydraulic?
Differentiate. If we want the name, we don't say hydrogen. This is sulfuric acid. Everybody knows this. What's this? This is sulfuric acid. We named this just a while ago because this group is sulfate. And we call it sulfuric acid. What type of acid is this? It's diprotic acid. Okay, This thing,
Okay.
phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid. What type of acid is this? It's triprotic acid. Okay. And this one, what's sulfurous acid? We know that since this group is sulfite, then the acid is HSO, H2SO3. The acid. This part, organic compounds, are not required in this course, so don't study it. This part is not important, don't study it. This part, not important. This part, not important, don't study it. Functional group, not required. Not required. This is required now. Empirical formula. Empirical formula. Empirical formula means simplest formula. Empirical, I will give you example and you will know it very easily. Simplest formula. Simplest, the easiest way. Example, if we have a compound, like for example, C2H6, which is actually, it's carbon with carbon, and each carbon has a hydrogen. 3 hydrogen. This is now called molecular formula. Molecular formula. It's the actual formula. But we can make it simpler by saying it is C1H3. Right? This formula, which is not the true formula, because you can see the structure is like this. This is the molecular formula, and this is the molecular formula. But this one is called empirical formula. Empirical formula. Is this clear?
So they are same?
No, they're not the same. This is not true. But this is the easiest way to write it. But this is the true formula. Molecular formula is the molecular formula. But the empirical is the easiest way to write it. All right? Let's talk about sugar. What's sugar? Everybody knows what's sugar. See what? 6H. Yes? 12O6. This is the molecular formula. And the true formula. Can you make empirical formula for it?
C1H6O1.
H what?
H6.
Yes.
H2.
No.
H2.
O1.
O1, exactly. That's the empirical formula. All right? Okay, let's give me another example. Let's talk about, for example, borane B2H6. This is again the molecular. Can you make it simpler?
B1H3.
B1H3. What's the name of this simple one?
Empirical
formula. Empirical formula. Okay, good. Quickly, write the empirical formula for these. The first one.
C1 H2O1.
Second one.
C1H1N1.
CHN. Exactly. Right? Third one.
The same.
The same.
The same N2O. No change. Exactly. And that's the compound. Okay. Next. This chapter 2.8 is not required for you. Yes. 2.8 is not required. Okay. But these are examples that I put. It's available maybe in the compound. Name this compound. Now we'll go to, these are binary compounds. What's the name of this compound?
Nitrogen fluoride.
No. Nitrogen?
Fluoride.
Tri.
Trifluoride, exactly. Trifluoride. How about this compound?
Dinitrogen tetroxide.
Tetraoxide, exactly. These are the names. Nitrogen trifluoride, dinitrogen tetroxide. How about this compound? What's the name of the first compound?
Magnesium oxide.
Magnesium oxide. You don't say di or tri or anything. Just magnesium oxide. How about this one?
Aluminum hydroxide.
Hydroxide. How about this one? Iron.
Yes.
Two.
You have to say 3 now. Iron 3. Why we say iron 3? Because it's a transition metal, and in this case, Fe has a 3 plus charge. So it is iron 3 sulfate. Okay, and these are the names. And the last one, name this compound. This is again special group you must memorize from the table. What's the name of the first one? Mercury 1, exactly. Mercury 1 chloride. Second one.
Doctor,
Two.
when we see the mercury is 2.
Whenever you see mercury 2, this is special group, which is this group. Whenever you see 2 down, this means it's a special group, and it is Hg 2 plus 2. And this is, we give it to you in the special group that you must memorize. It's called mercury 1. And this one, lead chromate. Let me finish because the time is over. Lead chromate. And even though this is not transition metal, but since we have lead 2 and lead 4, we have to put the sign here, and we say lead 2 chromate. The last one, what's this? This is potassium. Do we have to put 1 or 2 or anything? No. Potassium, what? Hydrogen phosphate. I hope you know this, and these are the answers for it. Okay. I also have this question. Okay. Name the following. What's this?
Hydrogen chloride.
Yes, not hydrochloric acid. Hydrogen chloride. What is this? No. Hydrofluoric acid. Hydrofluoric acid. Good. What is this? Same thing. This is, don't forget, CrO4 2 minus is chromate. When you change it to acid, it becomes what? What's the name of the B?
Chromic.
What?
Chromatose.
Chromic acid, same name. This is chromate group. This is chromate group. So the acid, which is H2CrO4, same name, but we say now what? Mic acid. Is this clear? Okay, now this thing. What acid is this? Don't forget, SO3 2 minus is sulfite. So what acid is this?
Hydro.
No hydro. You kill the same name.
Sulfurous.
Sulfurous. acid. Sulfurous acid. Okay, what's this? Binary we say now.
Doctor.
Hydroiodic acid. Hydroiodic acid. Okay, last thing. What's this group?
Phosphate.
Phosphate. Phosphate. Now if you have H3PO4, what's the name?
Phosphate.
Yes. What? Phosphor. Change 8 to what?
I see.
Phosphoric acid. Change 8. As we said, always whenever you see 8 at the end, change it to ic. And if you see 8, change it to what?
Os.
This is the group, and this is the acid. And that's why this sulfite, this is the group 8, and so the acid is the same name, but you change I to us. Here, the group is called phosphate 8. You change 8 into ic. That's why we change it to phosphoric acid. Is this clear? All right, this is the end of the lecture.
Doctor,
Yes.
how can I submit the homework?
I'll tell you how to do it online. No problem. It's easy. Okay.
So, Doctor, if I wasn't able to join the common Blackboard, so I take the homeworks that you upload and then send it to you on email.
I will make sure that you are added to the common. Don't worry. Which section are you in?
26.
26.
I registered your section at the end, so that's why I think
I
they
know.
have.
But I say, what's your name, by the way? Or what is your student ID?
Send it where?
No, what's your student ID?
Oh, 2019.
2019, yes.
42.
42.
950.
ايش الاسم؟
هادي مرزوق.
هادي المرزوق. Okay, I'll call specifically about your name now. Inshallah.
Thank you so much.
Doctor, can you tell them for my name also, because it's same problem.
You have same problem?
Yes.
ايش اسمك؟
خالد آل مشعوف.
كم اي section انت؟
27.
27. Your student ID is what again?
2019.
Yes.
28.
28.
770.
770.
Doctor.
Your name?
I want to ask you about the list for the common polynomial ion.
لحظة. Your name اللي طالب 219 28770.
خالد المشعوف. خالد المشعوف.
خالد المشعوف.
المشعوف.
المشعوف. No problem. ما أحتاج الاسم. أحتاج بس. Okay. No problem. خلاص. I will check about this.
دكتور.
نعم.
I have the same problem.
لا خلاص. ايش بقى؟ ما انت مضاف للكومن؟
اي نعم.
اي سكشن؟
27.
وكم رقمك؟ اس كم؟
الاي دي 2018.
Yes.
16 360.
16 16 what?
2018 6 0
2018 or 19?
18.
Oh, so just a second. 2018 and then
60 360
60 what?
360.
360. Let me repeat it. 2018 60 360.
Yes. It's,
Okay. What's your name?
محمد العلي.
خلاص I'll check.
Doctor, I have the same problem.
Oh, God. I see. كم رقم في أي section؟
26.
كم رقم؟
2019
Yes.
72
72
170.
170. What's your name?
راكان الواصل. يعطيك العافية.
الواصل.
الله يعافيك.
الواصل.
يعطيك العافية.
اوكي يلا مع السلامة يا شباب. واللي have to go للسكشن اللي بعدكم خلاص.